Hello friends and happy Friday. Today is July 18th, 2025 and this is Love to Inspired Handmade with Christina. And today I'm going to show you this fun tutorial how to make a little treat box using mini stainless steel cups here, just like this one right here. It'll also, I think it will fit the little cocktail drinks or whatever, but I am going on a trip in August and I'm making something extra little special for all my girlfriends that I'm going with. And so I thought, why not show you guys how to use this or create this, sorry. So behind me, you will see I have this one. Get in the camera, there you go. So I did this one with the orange box. I'm using the Cheers and Sips bundle, and then I did this one. Let me move this one over. Okay, I'm not doing good with the camera, sorry, and it's upside down. Oh my goodness. Okay, and then I have another one using the berry burst or strawberry slush, I'm sorry, cardstock and stuff. But when I turn the camera down, I will give you a better view of all the things, so then that way you're not just like, what? I did find this fun measurement thing by, let me look at her, what her name is, In the Pink Design. She recently shared this little treat box and I thought, I have to try it. So here we are. I'm going to turn the camera down and get started with you guys. Okay, so get your pen and paper if you're creating the same time I am, or you know, stop and pause it so then that way you can get all the things. But have no worries if you are unable to like do a keep up right now. Go over to my blog and you'll find the measurements already pre-written out, plus the link back to the YouTube tutorial showing you how I created this. So let me move the camera down just a tad. All right, now you can see this a whole lot better. So again, I have created these three right here. Isn't that cute? So I did the lemon lime twist with cardstock on this one. This one was with the strawberry slush, and this one was with pumpkin pie. Now I kept pretty much the same theme. The papers were a little bit different, you know, around each of the sides, but I tried to keep the top about the same. I did change up the umbrella depending on the box color kind of thing. But anyway, we're going to get started. So let me set these out of the way for you. Where am I setting them? I'm going to be using this time though, I gotta move that light. It is blinding me. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to be using Summer Splash cardstock for this one. And you're going to start with, let me turn it this way just because I have my scorer sitting here and it is blocking all of the things. We'll get this going. I don't know if I can do it backwards, but we're going to try. So let me zoom back out. Oh my goodness, I'll get this right in a minute. I hope everybody's having a wonderful week so far. Actually, I'm not gonna, we'll figure this out. We'll see. We're gonna create this base part together, so bear with me. I'll get it. All right, so how we start is take just a regular sheet of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. Now we're gonna score, oh look, we are gonna make this happen. Just gotta scoot over a little bit. Move my cutting blade out of the way, and on the 11-inch side, you're going to score it at 2 3/4. So let's do the 2 3/4. Then you're gonna slide it down, and then you're gonna do 4 3/4. Then you're gonna slide it down, do 7 1/2, and then one more time at 9 1/2. Okay, now let's turn the cardstock, and on the 8.5-inch side, we're going to do it at 1/4. Let me get it over here. You're going to do it at 2 1/4. You're going to do it again at 6 1/4 and 8 1/4. And that is all you need on your trimmer. Let me set that out of the way, grab my snips, and now the fun part. We're gonna cut all this. Now since I have cut quite a few of these, we're gonna start on the end that has the bigger square rectangle down here, and I'm going to simply go through and I'm going to cut it completely off on both sides, just like so. Well, next we're going to take this flap right here. Now cut down from the edge all the way to that score line, like so, and we're going to cut this little lip off. Okay, go to the other side, do the same thing, cut down, and then cut that little lip off. Oh goodness. So now you should have it looking similar to this all the way around with your flap. Now let's go down. We're going to skip this one altogether. Don't do anything with the middle one, and go down, and you're going to trim all the way down to that score line, just as you did on the first one. Trim all the way down. Now this little flap right here completely goes away, just like the one on the opposite end did. So come over here, cut him off all the way. I love the size of this box too. It measures at like 2 3/4 by 4 by 2. It's a pretty good size box. Now cut this little edge thing off just like we did on the opposite end here. So we're going to trim, come back over to this one. If I can get my hands are like butterfingers right now. Okay, so this is what we have going on so far. Now next we're going to come back to these 4 outer squares, and we're going to just give them a little wedge on the outer corners. So go ahead and do your little wedge. Just like so. Move that one to the side. Let's do this wedge. One more over here, this one. And that's what you got so far. All right. Next thing is we're going to go ahead and assemble this, and then we'll go over to the little pieces that we're going to add to the outside of it. So go ahead and fold all of your score lines. Take your bone folder, your ruler, or be like myself and just use your fingers to make sure everything is good and bendable and ready to fold together. So once we have that done, now these flaps are going to actually fold, hold on. There. These flaps are actually going to fold in just like so. So this is, you're going to be folding these 2 flaps in, and then you're going to have this one come up and over. Well, this has got the little lip on it, so when you're adding your adhesive, do your outer sides that's going to be gluing to this little piece, but also put a thin line of adhesive here. I'm using my multi-purpose glue to just do a light little dab through the top there, and then on each end. So let's go ahead and add our glue to this. Now, if you're familiar with multi-purpose glue, a little goes a lot. So I would gently squeeze the bottle because you don't want a lot to come out at one time. If you do have a glob come out, use the tip of it and like just move it around. So now just go ahead and add a little line of it on each end here. I also learned a little trick the other day. So if you've used this glue before, it's kind of tacky and sticky, so when you get it on your hands, it's just like, it rubs off super easy, but it is a tacky little glue. So, but if you let it sit for a few minutes, it'll start to dry, but it's sticky enough that you are able to put it together, whatever your project is. And then, yeah, and it helps hold it a little easier without all the oozing and stuff. So now you're just going to fold your edge up on one side very gently and carefully. Make sure that your corners line up evenly on each side. Just give it a good little press for a few seconds, and then it should stick no problem. Up here, when I fold down this flap, I like to give it a good little pinch, kind of tightly, and that secures it into place. Then on this side, you'll do the same thing. It should just already be like almost to the fold. So I'll gently put it up there and then lay my flap down. Just make sure that you kind of get it even the best that you can, so then that way there's no bulging or anything like that on the box. So now you have your little flap, and that's how the box is going to go together. I'm going to bring the camera back down closer to my hands again, just so then that way you can see what's going on with the box. See how it's just a good little size? Alright, so the next few things we're going to do is the outer side of the thing. Now this one's going to be a little different than I'm used to, because I like to kind of keep things on a coordinating thing where it kind of matches up and all that. This one is definitely going to be out of my box as far as putting things together. So hopefully all these colors come together beautifully and it just isn't like, what? So first you're going to start with your designer series paper. So you're going to need one piece that is, let me get my pieces all together here. One piece here that is cut at 2.5 by 3 3/4. This is going to be made for the top of your box. You're going to need another piece that is cut. Now it could be the same design, you can change it. That's where I'm saying this is going to really, it's going to either look great or look hodgepodgey. But it's cut at 3 3/4 by 1 1/4. You just need one of those. Then you're going to need 1 3/4 by 3 3/4, and you'll need 2 of those. And then you're going to need 2.5 by 1 3/4, and you're going to need 2 of those. Now this is a tip that I ended up doing on each of my boxes. Uh-oh, where's my other piece at, guys? But I'm adding a little tad bit extra on the inside. So what I mean is, if I take my box apart, you can actually use your designer series paper, or I'm putting shimmer paper on the inside of each one of mine. So I'm going to give you the measurements to those too, but you can see how it, when you open up the box, it just kind of gives an extra beautiful, ta-da! So with that, I've got some of my in color shimmer glimmer paper here, and I took a piece of it, and it is cut as the same as the first piece at 2.5 by 3 1/4, and then this one is going to be 3 1/4 by 1 1/4. So if you want to add that on the inside or add some designer paper on the inside, that's the 2 pieces you'll need there. And then I have other little pieces that I have cut out just to decorate the top of it. So we will get to them momentarily, but let's go ahead and add our pieces to the inside of our box. Just like so. See how that just gives an extra, it's beautiful. And well, shimmer, glimmer, anything makes everything just extra beautiful too. So, okay, so that's the inside of the box. I will say my straws don't fit in the box, so I'm gonna actually end up like where the ribbon's at on the side, tying the straw in on this side with my ribbon. I do have some little umbrellas that I'm gonna put in with the little cup. So my husband, I have bought some of these, and you can get them on Amazon. A whole little pack of them, or individually, and I've got them in different colors, and they all have their lids and their straws, so each one is going to go inside. This one is one a friend gave me a long time ago, so I'm using as a demonstration to show you. So minus the lid going on, I'll put some paper in here, have the little cute umbrellas, and then, you know, maybe put a candy or 2 in there, like for mints, and then it'll just be a fun time when we go to the beach to celebrate what we're doing together. So I did bring these in. I'm not sure, I guess it would, yeah. So if you have, like I said, a little cocktail drink or whatever that you would like to put in there, that will work as well. Or you could use it for anything. I mean, but I just really wanted to hone in on this because when we do our beach trip, it's just a weekend fun getaway, and you know, us girls are gonna be girls, so, and just enjoying our time together. So anyway, first things first, I like to start piecing my stuff together, and then I'll put it on the box. So let's go ahead, and if I say that, I'm talking about the building the top. So let's go ahead and add these pieces to the outside real fast, and we will get them gone and out of the way. I think this might turn out, I think this color combo will work great. What do y'all think? What kind of color combo would you do? Or what other ideas would you like to, or would you use the box for? Actually, that's even a better question. Y'all know me, I love sharing little treat boxes and bags, and especially if I'm doing holiday things or birthday, or sometimes I like just to create something just to, you know, give a thinking of you. So this is one of those great things to do. Let's add this one more piece. Just like so. Oh, I love it. That's a great color combo. I think we're gonna do okay with this. Now, we don't wanna add the top yet, okay? So let's go ahead and assemble these right here. So this one, oh my goodness, I forget. That is using the textured note dies. That's what I used to create this little guy right here, just because it has the beautiful edges around it. This one was at 1 3/4 by 3 1/4, and then I made this one just a smidgen bigger than the thing, so you get to have a little pop of color around that, but it isn't like so much that it's taking away from the front of what's going on. So let me add a little bit of adhesive. I did lay this one on flat, and you'll see why in just a moment. What? Okay, now that I'm on the detailed stuff. Okay, so then you do that. Then, now you can color your stuff before you put it together. Because I've been making so many of them, I decided I was just going to pre-cut everything and then assemble it and then kind of just put it together. So I mean, there's no right or wrong as far as that goes. So please, you know, do whatever makes you the most comfortable when you're creating. So with these all came from like I said, I was using the cheers and sips, and I love this little die set. So you have this little cup like I've just cut out here, and then you actually add texture with it. You cut them out at the same time, and it really creates a beautiful, fun thing on your cup. So you have all these other little fun dies that go with it. But again, see, you can stamp it and then cut it out. So fun. I mean, your creativity is all the things. And with my little tag, I was using the more message die. So, and I actually ended up using that one right there. But I love this little die because it has all the different shapes in it. And yeah, so super fun for that. Anyway, next I'm going to get all of my stamps out that I was using. So yeah, I just showed you the umbrella and the little stick that I was using for that, but I'm going to set it to the side. Only thing I need now is my words, and one more thing. And this was my, hang on and I'll show you. So I pulled this little leaf right here out because on my tag die, or my tag cutout, I wanted to add a little bit of more color to it as I was stamping and creating. And y'all, where did my ink go before the video? I had it all sitting out. Okay, sorry. So I'm using the lemon lime twist. I'm letting this dry before we color. And I'm just taking the top little, did I? The top little edge here. No, I done went too far on this. Gee willikers. Okay, so I'm just doing the, I went down a little bit because it's got blooms all the way down and then the leaves, but I just wanted enough to show. I left the bloom out. Oh well, it'll be fine. So I did that. The next thing, as I just stuffed my hand in the ink, the next thing I'm going to take some Berry Burst, and I'm doing Let's Celebrate With Us. Now this one was kind of more strategic because at the end of Let's Celebrate, it already had an exclamation mark. But because I wasn't finished what I wanted it to say, Let's Celebrate Us, I just inked all the way down to the side there. And the one good thing about these clear blocks that I love is you can kind of see when the ink is on it, and then that way, like this one says to us, but I don't want the to in it, I just want the us in it. So I can't, that one's almost too close together, but it will be fine. So that's all the stamping I was doing there. Then I wanted to use my Stampin' Wrap markers. And like I was saying, every time I did a different color in box, I chose to color in the center here with my marker. So then that way it kind of made the point of that was the one that was standing out the most. So then I just kind of mix it up. We will add some strawberry slush next to kind of pull in some of those colors. And I think instead of using the lemon lime twist this time, I think I'm going to go with yes, no, yes, no. Here we go. We're gonna go pumpkin pie. Let's see. Yeah, it'll be okay. Right. I mean, there's really no wrong or right way to color your umbrella. So now let's just assemble. Y'all ready for this? So I'm using dimensions on the back of this. So let's pop off the, no, sorry, getting ahead of myself. Let's go ahead and add this piece to our base that we just colored. I'm just gonna dot some on the umbrella because some of my umbrella is gonna be sticking off. So you just kind of add him to the center. If you want to give him a little kick to the side, you can. Give it a good little firm press. And then there you go for that part. Now I took a piece of tear tape, maybe, no, it's right here, on the Let's Celebrate, and I ran it across the back of it. And the reason so is because I'm going to add just a tad bit of twine that I was using from the 3 twine combo set. And I'm just going to weave it in and out on one side just enough. So I'm not tying a bow or anything, but just kind of doing the little swirl back and forth like so. There you go. Gosh, lost my scissors. I need my scissors. There they are. All right. Add you a few dimensionals on the back. That will also hold the little twine that you just put on there in place. So that's always a great thing as well. And then just give him a little kick to one side, just like so. And then on this one, this is where I added the dimensions to the back. So you're definitely going to get the texture and layers that you are wanting on the front of your box. So I'm going to go ahead and add one a little bit higher there because where the umbrella is sticking out, I want all the pieces to be in place. Next, we will add this to the top of your designer series paper of your choice. Give him a little firm thing, and then now we're going to add it to the top of the box. Now, I'm using this beautiful, I love this, it's mossy meadow and gold trim ribbon. Isn't that just beautiful? I like that, like one side is lighter than the other, so I don't know if you can tell right there. See how dark and then light that is? It's absolutely beautiful. But you want to add this first. Now I haven't really measured it, I just know about how much I'm wanting to leave hanging off of my box. So I wrap it around first, and I'll make sure that it's on the side that I want, all the way around, and then I'll give it another little tug because I want to make sure I have enough ribbon. You trim him off, and you're going to tie your bow real quick like. Well, because I'm trying to do it quick, I can't do it quick. Is that ever like how things go? For sure, always. Okay, so now we have this. Just make sure that you have it in the spot that you want as far as it being centered. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to add my multi-purpose glue, and this little guy will be finished. So ta-da! Just a thin layer, but I want to make sure that I cover all the bases because it's the top of my box, right? I mean, you want the box to stay together. So then add that to the top of your box. Now, sometimes if you're like pushing and you're afraid that you're gonna mess it up, I think you can either open the box and then just push flat on one side. You can also just flip it over like that. Just making sure it's got a good snug stick to it, and that is it. The one final thing that I did add to it is these fun little embellishments here from the In Color palette, the flat pearls. These are so cute, so I'm taking them in the, I don't know, they just remind me of the lemon lime color, and I'm just adding a couple to this to give an extra little thing. And I love the texture of them because they almost look like cubes of ice. I mean, I could put a couple down there and that really would have gave, you know, but this, adding these brings your attention back up to the top, and I think it turned out fairly, it's cute, right? So one more time, here it is, guys. Here is your pumpkin pie summer splash, and then we have, let me get these other two back over here for you to see. Ta-da! Goodness. And then you have your lemon, lime, and strawberry slush. So anyway, I hope you totally enjoyed today's video and that you get to creating them. And I would love to hear from you. Leave me a comment, subscribe to my channel, like the video if you like what you saw, and I will be back next week on July 25th of 2025 to show you something new, something fun, something fresh. And until then, keep on creating and be blessed.